Your body is the unconscious mind. It doesn't know the difference between the experience that's creating the emotion and the emotion that you're creating by thought alone. So the body's believing it's living in the same past experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Today, we're diving into something powerful, something that shapes every single choice we make, every habit we live by, and the way that we heal. I'm talking about mind power, the conscious versus the subconscious mind, and how rewiring the mind can change us from the core. So let's break it down. Your conscious mind is like the driver of a car. It's the part of your brain that reasons, analyzes, makes decisions, and processes the world logically. Think of it as the captain giving orders. But then there's the subconscious mind, the powerful engine running beneath the surface. It stores memories, beliefs, emotions, and habits. It's the autopilot system that runs 95% of your daily life without you even noticing. For example, when you brush your teeth, tie your shoe, or even ride a bike, that's your subconscious taking over. So why is the subconscious so powerful? The subconscious doesn't judge. It doesn't question whether a belief is good or bad. It just stores it as truth. So if you grew up believing you're not good enough, your subconscious is running that story over and over and over again until you change it. And here's the wild part. Scientists estimate that the subconscious processes information about 500,000 times faster than the conscious mind. That's why willpower alone, it often fails. The subconscious is simply stronger. So how do we rewire the subconscious? How do we heal and change from the core? There are a few proven methods. Repetition and affirmations. When you repeat new beliefs daily, you reprogram your subconscious. But the key is emotion. Saying affirmations with feeling makes them stick. So you have to say them with conviction. Visualization. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. I'm going to repeat that. The subconscious cannot tell the difference between a real event and a vividly imagined one. So when you start visualizing with your third eye what you're trying to manifest towards you, the more you do it, your brain can't tell if it's real or fake. It doesn't know the difference. So it becomes true. It has to make it true. You start like a magnet calling these things to you. Athletes do this all the time to train their minds for success. Meditation and hypnosis, these states quiet the conscious mind, opening the door to subconscious where deep change happens. Now, it is difficult, but with practice and repetition, it becomes easier. And even when you think you're not doing it right, because I'm a strong believer that we all go through that stage, trust me, magic is happening. Journaling and self-awareness. Writing helps bring hidden beliefs to the surface so you can rewrite them consciously. The hardest part about change is not making the same choice that you did before. That's it. And the moment you decide to make a different choice, get ready because it's going to be uncomfortable. The body says, I want to return back to what's familiar. So the body starts influencing the mind. And we know what the mind can do. It goes crazy on its own. It'll say, we'll start tomorrow, or you're too much like your mom, or you're never going to change, or it's not going to work out for you, or this doesn't feel right. And if you respond to these thoughts as if they're true, then they will be. And that will lead you to the same choice, which will lead you to the same behavior, which will lead you to the same experience, which will produce the same emotion. The best way to predict your future is to create it from the unknown. Here's the beauty of all of this. Rewiring your mind isn't just about achieving goals. It's about healing. When you shift the subconscious programs that were formed by old wounds, you break free from cycles of self-doubt, fear, and even physical stress that your body's been holding on to. Traumas, repeated messages, or significant emotional experiences are recorded in our minds and our bodies, and this shapes us. Change doesn't come from forcing yourself on the surface. Real lasting transformation happens when you heal and upgrade the subconscious. That's where mind power becomes life power. You can only change your life when you understand what's running it. Your subconscious is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever seeds you plant. So you must be intentional about your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions and what you allow to take root in your brain. So if you're taking anything from this today, let it be this. You're on a running program, and programs can be rewritten. Your conscious mind is the captain, but your subconscious is the ship. And when you learn to work them together, you can sail anywhere you want. Rewire, heal, and step into the version of you that's been waiting beneath the surface. Here are some things to reflect on. What patterns or habits in your life feel automatic or hard to change? Can you trace it back to early beliefs or experiences? What new belief would you like to program into your subconscious? Now, I would love for you to respond in the comments so we can engage in discussion. However, if you don't feel comfortable with that, that's okay. I still recommend that you take the time and reflect on these questions and your answers. Don't force anything. Let it just come naturally. If you like this content, make sure that you hit that follow button so you don't miss upcoming videos. And if you're considering stepping into some shadow work or you're curious, go to my website at lifeontheotherside.info. There's plenty of information there and everything is budget friendly.